I am in a air conditioner.
That's good.
I happy. Oh no. Oh.
That's good. That's good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So look,
Yes.
when remember yesterday we discussed some words, some new
Yes.
words.
Yes.
Do you remember those words?
Yes. Remarkable. Same to extraordinary, amazing. You can use this word in this expression. Average. Average. When you talk about approximately, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Area, standing ovation,
Yeah.
brave, and get a no nerve up.
And what is aria?
Area is when it's a kind of song, or it's a sing-on of opera, no? Aria?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
It's a
And,
sing-on of.
and what is a standing ovation?
When you get up and no?
Clap with the person. Okay.
Clap with your.
And what is brave?
When you are valiant. Valiant.
Yes. Okay. Okay. And
I
what
don't
is
have
have
fear.
exactly? And what is have enough nerve to?
Well, when you are valiant, no? When
Yes.
you
Yes.
decide to do something, no?
Yes. Yes. All right.
Yes,
You know,
teacher.
let I don't know if the pronunciation is valiant or valiant. I don't know. Let's listen to the pronunciation.
Yes.
I was looking at the definition of weird for my students.
Okay.
What is weird? What is weird?
Weird.
Oh yeah, it's valiant, definitely.
Valiant.
Valiant.
Valiant. Okay.
That's a word that sounds very similar to valiente, right?
Yes.
Very, very
Valiant.
close. Valiant.
Yes.
That's good.
Yes, teacher.
Right. TT.
Yeah.
You know, uh, let's have a little conversation.
Yes.
Um, do you wish that you could have done things differently, some things differently in the past?
Again?
Do you wish that you could have done some things differently in the past?
Okay. Same to the topic that spoke yesterday. Speak yesterday.
What do you? Yeah, kind
Can,
of,
yes?
I guess.
Okay. Maybe when I was working in my old job in Heritage Place, I don't think in this time to vote into buy or enter to the sure job, for example. and I don't saving or no inverting, or how do you say invertido?
Investing?
Invested my money in important things, maybe.
Yes.
No?
Yeah,
Maybe this is
I understand.
my thing, my,
The regret.
yes,
Okay.
maybe,
I
because
agree.
in this time I was I had money. I I could I could save money, more money,
Okay.
or invested in other things, maybe in a business. I don't know, in other things,
Yes, that's true. That's true.
maybe, or
Yeah.
enter to the school with my father. In this time, it was easy. No
Oh yeah.
test, no reforma.
Yes. Good. Good.
Yes,
I agree.
but
I agree.
I feel bad in this time. I feel good in this time. I think maybe I don't need in this time. Needed
Yes.
in this time. Yes, teacher.
I completely understand. Today is June 23.
Yes, no, 22, no? Or no, 23, yes. 23, June 23.
Yes. And our objective for today, TT, is to talk hypothetically about the past. Okay? To talk hypothetically about the past.
Yes,
Okay?
yes.
This is very common with regrets.
This word I don't understand when you ask me the question.
Regrets, yes.
Regrets, yeah,
But
he
now you
say,
remember?
yeah.
Okay. So yes, we are on page 98. Oh my God, 98. We are advancing. Touchstone 4, Unit 10, Lesson A.
Yes.
All right. So, very quickly, let's read about this man one more time. All right?
Yes.
You read or I read?
Okay. Unexpected fame, teacher? The rise
Yeah.
to fame? Okay. Russell Watson's rise to fame was remarkable and unexpected. The English-born tenor had no formal music training, was an average student, and quit school at 6 to work in a factory. To make extra money, he sang in pubs in his spare time. Several years later, he sang in a radio talent contest and won. And his life took an amazing turn. He quit, he quit,
Quit.
he quit his job, got a manager, and started singing in clubs full time. One night, he ended a set of pop songs with an aria from an opera and got a standing ovation. He realized he was onto something. That's how he became a famous singer. By the age of 28, he had released his first album, The Voice, and had become an international star. Yes?
Okay. Yes, very good. So
Okay.
let's listen to these people talk about Russell Watson's experience.
Yes.
Let's listen to them.
Page 98, Unit 10, Fame. Lesson A, The Rise to Fame. 1.
Just
Getting
listen
started.
and read.
B. Listen to the students talk about Russell Watson's career. Which comments do you agree with? Dennis.
It's a good thing he entered that contest. If he hadn't won, he might not have had the confidence to become a singer.
Brian.
And who knows what would have happened if he'd stayed in school? Maybe he would have done something entirely different.
Stephanie.
Well, I think he would have found a way to be a singer. In fact, if he had continued his education, he could have had formal training and gotten an earlier start as a singer.
Anne.
Yeah, maybe. Anyway, it was pretty brave of him to quit his job. If he hadn't quit and gotten a manager, he might not have had a singing career at all.
Kathleen.
What amazes me is that he had enough nerve to sing something from an opera in a club. If he had only sung pop songs, he wouldn't have realized how much people loved his opera voice.
Okay.
Now, yesterday we talked about this.
Yes.
What kind of language are these people using? Look at the language.
English, no?
Yes, they're using English.
But maybe they are specialists in songs, in music, because they are speak with a technicism, or how do you say, technicismos musical?
Yeah,
No?
they're being really technical, right?
Yeah. Because, yes. ¿Están cocinando, papá? ¿Está cocinando, Aaron? Okay, teacher.
All right.
Okay.
So let's see.
Okay.
Look at the sentences that I underlined, TT. If he hadn't won, right here, if he hadn't won, he might not have had the confidence to become a singer. If he hadn't won,
Yeah.
he might not have had the confidence to become a singer. Okay? Look at the next one. And who knows what would have happened if he had stayed in school. Maybe he would have done something entirely different. He would have found Da da da. In fact, if he had continued his education, he could have had. If he hadn't quit and gotten a manager, he might not have had a singing career at all. And if he had only sung pop songs, he would have realized how much people love his opera voice. Which which word do you see repeated a lot, a lot, a lot?
Well, if there to be, no, if pronoun and had in a negative form and a affirmative form. If always with had, would,
Okay.
will because it's probably, no?
Exactly.
Would have.
Huh?
They are speaking in past continuous, but in the two forms. But the words that they repeat again is repeat too much is would, if had, could have, yes, teacher, would have,
Huh?
could have,
And if, no?
and if, yes, if hadn't.
Exactly. These words are
Yeah?
repeated a lot.
Yes, thank you.
Okay? So now, Titi, I want you to read all of these things to me.
Yes,
What I want you to focus on saying everything smooth, smooth, very nicely. Okay? Say it
yes,
like a professional.
yes. It's a good thing he entered that contest. If he hadn't won, he may not have had the confidence to become a singer. Who knows what would have happened if he had stayed in school? Maybe he would have done something entirely different. Well, I think he would have found way to be a singer. In fact, if he had continued his education, he could have had formal training and I don't understand, gotten earlier start as a singer. Yeah, maybe. Anyway, it was pretty brave of him to quit his job. If he hadn't quit and gotten a manager, he may not have had a singing career at all. At all. What amazes me is that he had no nerve to sing something from an opera in a club. If he had only some pop songs, wouldn't love realize how much people loved his opera voice.
You wouldn't have realized how much people loved his opera voice. Okay.
Yes.
Now I have a challenge for you, Titi.
Yes.
Yes, I have a challenge.
Where is my challenge, teacher?
You are about to see. Today is Tuesday, tomorrow's Wednesday, okay. Obviously. Okay, DT, I am ready.
Yes.
Okay, so everything that is in blue is extra information, but I want you to read it. Okay, I want you to look at the sentence and memorize it color by color.
Yeah.
For example, number 1, it's a good thing that he entered that contest. If he hadn't won, he might not have had the confidence to become a singer. Okay, so remember, color by color, color by color.
Yeah. Now?
Yes.
It's a good thing he entered the It's a good thing he entered that contest.
One more time, one more time. Everything, no peeking, no peeking.
It's a good thing he entered that contest. I'm nervous.
It's okay, just breathe. Only think about the words.
Okay, it's a good thing he entered good contact. That contest.
Okay?
Okay. If he hadn't won, he may not have had the confidence. He may have had he may not have had the confidence. He may not have had the confidence to become a singer.
Okay, right there is might. He might not have had.
He might.
Might.
Okay. He might not have had confidence to become a singer.
He might not have had the confidence to become a singer. Come on, Titi, one more time, one more time.
He might not have had to the confidence to teacher. I am nervous. I don't know why to become a singer.
But why are you nervous? It's only
I don't
us two.
know. Okay, the other. And who knows what will have happened? And who knows what had will confidence happened will have happened? And who knows what had happened if he had stayed in school? If he had stayed in the school, maybe he would have done something entirely different. Maybe he will have done in a different school.
No, one more time.
No. Maybe he will have done something enjoyable. Maybe he will have in a different something, entirely different, something entirely different. Yes?
Yes. Titi, what is easier for you to remember? When you hear something or when you see something?
When I see,
Yes?
I think for me is when I see and repeat and repeat. Get out. 1 second, teacher. 1 second. 1 second.
Yes.
Sorry, teacher. This Lydia think maybe she's a little start because enter to the room same to a start of Hollywood. And take the makeup of my mom and point make up your face. Yes, her face. Yes, teacher. It's a really, really crazy girl. Okay,
Celebrity.
teacher. The other.
Right here, maybe he would have done something entirely different. Maybe he would have done something entirely different.
Okay. Maybe he would have done something entirely different. Maybe he would have done entirely different. Yes?
Okay, that's better.
Okay.
Maybe you need to say it one time and then close your eyes and say it again.
Okay.
That's your
Well,
technique.
well, I think he would have found way to be a singer. Well, I think he would have found. Well, I think he will found
Right
way
there.
to be a,
I
I think he will
there's
have
a word
found,
that is missing.
wait. Well, I think he would have found different way to be a singer. I don't know what, how do you say way?
Well, I
Okay.
think he would have found a way to be a singer. Well, I think he would have found a way to be a singer.
Well, I think he will have found found
Oh, wait.
way to be a singer. Way
Okay,
to be a
very good.
singer. Okay. In fact, if he had continued his education, teacher.
Hmm?
In fact, if he had continued his education. In fact, if he had continued with his his education. Yes? He could have had formal training. He training and go and earlier. Oh, it's a lot of information.
Yes.
He could have had formal training. He could have had formal training and he could have had formal training and go on an early start as a senior. He could have a formal, I don't know. He could have a training inform training and go on early to start as senior.
He could have had formal training and gotten an earlier start as a singer. He could have had formal training and gotten an earlier
He
start
could
as a
have
singer.
had formal training and got an early start as a singer.
Okay, the next one, Anne.
He could have had a training and I early start as a singer.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, maybe anyway, it was pretty brave of him to quit his job, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe anyway. Yeah, maybe. Anyway, it was pretty brave of him to quit his job. Yeah, maybe. Anyway, it was pretty brave of
Yeah.
him to quit his job. Of him to quit his job. Yeah, maybe. Anyway, it was brave of him to quit his job.
Yes. Don't worry, Titi. Take your time. There is no pressure. No pressure. Okay.
Yeah.
Take your time.
Yeah, maybe. Anyway, it was brave of him quit his job. It's easier the words in orange because it's less.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, maybe. Anyway, it was pretty brave of him to quit his job. Quit his job. Yes?
Okay.
If he hadn't quit and gotten a manager. If he hadn't quit and gotten a manager. If he hadn't quit and gotten a manager.
Okay.
He may not have had a singing career at all. He may not have had a singing career at all.
You
Yes?
gotta remember, it's not make, it's might.
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 He might not have had a career at all. At all.
At all. Yes.
Yes. Okay. In blue. What amazes me is that he had no nerve to sing something from an opera in a club. What amazes me that he had no nerve in sing something from an opera in a club. What amazes me is, for example, this job for Fernanda is very easy because it's good with a brain.
She has good memory.
Yes, with her memory is wow. Always he reads and quickly. I need to read 10 times in my case. Well, what amazes me is that he had no nerve to sing something from an opera a club. What amazes me that he had no and an opera in something from an opera in club. No, I say but.
What amazes me is that he had enough nerve to sing something from an opera in a club. What amazes me is that he had enough nerve to sing something from an opera in a club.
You are a smart teacher.
No, it's difficult, trust me. It's very difficult, but I have photo memory. I look at it and I can remember the words. I can see the words.
Yeah. What amazes me is that had enough. There is something from an opera in club. What amazes me that had a note from an opera in club. Well, I try, teacher.
Yes, yes. That's good. It's good. That's long. Remember, the blue one is not necessary. It's just comments.
Okay. If he had only some pop songs. If he had only songs of pop. No. If he had only sung pop songs. Okay? If he had only sung pop songs. Yes? He wouldn't have. Oh. 1 second, teacher. The battery is low.
Yes, yes.
It's Whitney.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yes, teacher. I changed the place.
Sorry, teacher. That's
Don't
okay.
worry, don't worry.
The last part to say he weren't off. He weren't. He weren't off. Realize how much people loved his opera voice. He weren't off. Realize how much people loved his opera voice.
Excellent. Excellent.
Okay, and that's all.
Yes. Now, what is the purpose of that exercise? The purpose of that, TT, is, it will help us learn the structure of the grammar without teaching you the structure of the grammar. Okay? So instead of explaining, oh, this is the formula, subject, verb, past participle, da, da, da. Instead of explaining all of that, I can just have you repeat it a couple of times and you will remember the structure easier or more easily. So let's look at this. Exercise C. Complete the sentences. Oh, can you complete the sentences? Then compare with the partner. If Russell Watson had stayed in school, maybe he
wouldn't have had a very different career, no?
wouldn't.
Wouldn't in negative, no? He wouldn't.
Okay, that's one option. He wouldn't have had, or it can be affirmative.
Yeah.
He would have had a very different career. Very good. And number two, if he
hadn't,
yes, why not?
if he hadn't won
Yes.
the talent contest,
Yes, very good, TT, right? Look, that right there is natural. That is natural learning right there.
Yeah.
Next page. Talking hypothetically about the past. Okay, talking hypothetically about the past. TT, you can use sentences with if to talk hypothetically about the past. Use the past perfect form in the if clause and a past modal in the main clause. TT, you are an English teacher, so another form that maybe you learned is the third conditional. This is called the third conditional. Since you are a teacher, you should know this. The third conditional is to talk hypothetically about the past. Okay? We use if plus the past perfect. That is the condition. And the result, or what could have been the result, is after the comma. All right? So listen and repeat after me. If he had stayed in school, maybe he would have done something entirely different.
If he hadn't wanted talent contest, no.
Now listen and repeat. If he hadn't stayed in school, maybe he would have done something entirely different.
Okay. If Watson had stayed in school, maybe he would have done something entirely different.
Yeah.
Yes? It's good?
Yes. So look, check it out. You know, if Watson had stayed in school, that is the condition.
Yeah.
That is the condition. If Watson had stayed in school and the result could have been maybe he would have done something entirely different. So one is the condition and the other one is what could have been the result. Condition, result.
Okay.
The condition, if Watson had stayed in school, maybe he would have done something entirely different.
Okay. Now I try to understand. First is the conditional, the third conditional, and then the solution, no? Or
the result.
Result, yeah. Okay.
Or
You
the
say
possible
maybe.
result. The possible result in this case.
Result.
Because it's all hypothetical.
It's hypothetical. Okay, teacher.
Listen and repeat. If he hadn't won the talent contest, he might not have had the confidence to become a singer.
If he hadn't won the talent contest, he may not have had the confidence to become a singer.
Might.
He might not. Sorry, teacher. He might not have had the confidence to become a singer.
Excellent. Excellent.
He might.
Like Mike, but
might.
With a T.
Might. Okay. He might not have had the confidence to become a singer.
Excellent. If he had continued his education, he could have gotten formal music training.
If he had continued his education, he could have gotten formal music training.
Okay. And you can also use these in questions. What would have happened if he had stayed in school? You see?
Maybe he would have done something entirely different.
Okay. All right. Well, let's do this exercise. Remember.
I have a chipote.
Yes. Why? What happened?
Because yesterday I don't see I don't saw the wall.
Okay.
Yeah, teacher.
Excellent. Very nice.
Oh, thank you, teacher. Okay. Anyway. Okay, teacher.
All right.
Yes.
So look, let's read the extract about a famous author, then complete the sentences. Okay, this is a very, very interesting book, The Millionaire Next Door.
Okay.
Have you heard this about this book?
Yeah, sometimes I see in the library, maybe, but I don't read, teacher.
Yeah. I mean, me
Okay.
neither. It's an interesting book, but I've never read it.
Yes.
So, The Millionaire Next Door. Listen to this. Thomas J. Stanley, a university marketing professor, had written 3 textbooks and given seminars around the country, but he felt dissatisfied with his career. So he took time off to write The Millionaire Next Door with researcher William D. Danko. It hit the New York Times bestsellers list and made them both extremely wealthy. Stanley then interviewed over 1,300 millionaires for his next bestseller, The Millionaire Mind.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. What is it, wealthy, teacher?
Wealthy.
Wealthy.
Wealthy is
Wealthy.
very rich.
Ah, okay. Very rich. Okay. Yeah. Sometimes I think that the career of marketing is the best of the world.
Yeah.
It's
a
a
good one.
nice career.
Yes, that's so true.
And then work in Disney World. In the park. Maybe the dream, no? Yes.
Yeah, maybe.
Yes, teacher. Well, it's an interesting book, maybe. In the case of people that with this kind of career, no?
Yes, if you want to be a millionaire,
Yeah.
you can read this book and it can inspire you.
Yes. Yes, teacher. Well.
So, you understand the story?
Yes.
Thomas J. Stanley, he had written 3 textbooks and given seminars around the country, but he was not satisfied with his career. So he took time off, he took a vacation and wrote The Millionaire Next Door, researcher William D. Banco. And it was the best seller.
Yes.
They become very wealthy. Okay?
Yes. That's
so
okay.
now let's complete the sentences about the extract. Okay, if Thomas Stanley had been satisfied with his career, he wouldn't have taken time off from work, and he
might or mightn't exist, teacher? Might not.
Yeah, it sounds better, might not.
Yeah, might not. Write it. Oh no, it's in participle.
Might not.
Writing, no. Might not have written. Okay.
Might not have written.
Might not have written. Might not have written. Might not have written. Might not have written. Okay. The Millionaire Next Door with William Danko. If Stein and Danko's book hadn't been, no.
Hadn't what?
Hadn't been.
Okay.
so successful and hadn't
Hey,
hadn't made the bestseller list Stanley. The bestseller list Stanley. Where is Stanley?
the name of a person.
Ah, yeah. Made podría bestseller list Stanley make not sales? Maybe?
Titi, the words are in parentheses.
Oh, sorry, I don't see the next word. May not wrote.
Nope, you're forgetting something important.
May not write. Writing.
Forgetting one word.
Writing.
You're forgetting one word.
May not write.
No, you're forgetting
Wrote.
one word. One word. You're forgetting one word.
May not had.
Why not what?
May not had.
Have or have?
Have.
Yes.
May not have. Writing.
Written.
Reading. May not have reading. May not have reading. Okay. His next best-selling book. If Stanley had been continued, no. No?
No.
If Stanley might continue, no.
Okay. Maybe you do need to see the structure. Look, the structure is this, Titi. If plus past perfect. What is past perfect? Had plus the past participle. And then you have the comma. Modal, have, past participle. You know, I didn't put the subjects in the formula, but don't forget the subjects. They're very important.
Okay. If Stanley had continue.
Exactly.
His job at the university, he wouldn't of made.
Hey, very good.
Of made. Wouldn't have made so much money. He probably wouldn't have.
Okay.
become a millionaire himself if he had hadn't decided to write about millionaires.
Good. Millionaires.
Hadn't decided. Okay. On the other hand, if Steinlein hadn't become famous, he could have enjoyed a quiet life as a professor. Okay.
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 So now let's do a little bit of exercises about us. Okay.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to write some sentences on the board, but they're not going to be complete. I want you to complete them using your own information. So please copy them.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Okay. So Titi, complete the sentences using would, could, or might. Okay. For example, number one, if I hadn't met my best friend, I would have never had a close Mexican friend because my friend is Mexican. And he's
Yeah.
the only Mexican friend that I have.
Okay. Okay. Difference.
Yes, don't copy me.
Santi, 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 Santi.
Es que mami, yo te quiero mucho, me quieres.
¡A ver! What do you think about this? Huh? Mommy, I love you.
That's nice.
If I hadn't met my best friend, I would have. Where is the past participle of meet, teacher? Met.
Met.
Other best friends. If I hadn't decided to take English lessons, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Well, I could. Yo no podría. I could teach English. If I had found a way money to pay, tengo demasiado dinero hoy. I make I had continued with with my project. Project at home. In home. I have been born in a risky. My big house. Okay, teacher.
All right, Titi, tell me what you got.
Yeah. If I hadn't met my best friend, I wouldn't have meet other best friends.
Oh, yes. So because your best friend, you met other best friends.
Yes. Yes.
Ah, that's cool.
Yes. If I hadn't decided to take English lesson, I por favor. Fair. If I had found a lot of more, I know, if I hadn't decided to take English lesson, I wouldn't could enough to teach English.
Teach.
Teach. So, how do you say, teacher?
Taught.
Talk. Taught. Okay. If I had found a lot of money today, I had continued with my project at home. In home. If I had found a lot of money today, I would have continued.
Would have, yes.
With my project income.
Very good, very good.
No?
Yes.
If I had been born into a rich family, I will help it a lot of poor people in this situation. That coronavirus.
Okay.
If I had saved more money, I would have bought my big house with pool.
Very good, very good. Nice, nice.
Yes?
Excellent. Yes, everything is good, TT. Everything is hypothetical about the past. Okay?
Yeah.
It's
Yes,
not real,
teacher.
it's hypothetical. And it's about
Okay.
to pass. Very good, Titi. You are good at this. You're good at this grammar.
Thank you, teacher.
All right. How do you feel though? How do you feel with this grammar?
This is easy. I
Yes.
understand. Yes.
You know, for most people, it's very difficult.
Yes.
Yes, but I think it's that strategy that I used. I don't know. I think it's,
Yes.
remember the strategy where you had to use your memory? I think the strategy helped a lot. I'm gonna start practicing this strategy with all of my students now. Maybe it
Oh
works.
my God.
Because you know, I didn't need to explain the formula. I showed you the formula, and then you by yourself you put the pieces together.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. It's easy with a formula.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
great. But I'm glad that you did it. Have you
Yes.
ever taught this to your students? No, right?
Yes.
It's too advanced. Yes? Third
Yes.
conditional?
Yeah. No, third conditional, no. Yeah, the last class of Fernanda was about the third conditional and asked me, Ma, I see the third conditional today. And I think, wow, really? Yes.
She's
But
more advanced.
Fernanda is the last unit, the unit 10. And the teacher taught in 2 days.
Wow, wow.
Yeah, 2 days.
Now you can talk to Fernanda in English.
Ah?
You can talk to Fernanda in English
Oh, yeah.
all the time.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, I need to talk in English with Fernanda. It's very interesting for me that they start the class with you, teacher.
Yes, that'd be cool.
Yes. Maybe in July?
I don't think so. I don't think so. It's gonna be really, I don't know. Right now the coronavirus is at the top, and every day it's
Yeah.
worse. Every day it's worse.
Yes, yes, teacher, it's dangerous in this time.
One of my students has the coronavirus.
Yeah?
Him and all his family have the coronavirus.
Wow.
A lot of people think about this. Yes, a lot of people.
My student lives with his sister, his brother-in-law, the children, his mom and his dad, all in one house, and all of them have the coronavirus.
Wow. It's ugly, this news.
It's really
It's
sad.
dangerous to return in this time too.
Yeah.
Yes,
Sadly.
teacher. Yes, it's sad. But well, more time. Okay?
Yes. Well, Titi,
Okay.
thank you for
Yes,
coming to
teacher.
the class, okay?
Thank
I will
you,
see
teacher.
you
Tomorrow.
Look, the homework.
Yeah.
Unit 10, Lesson A in the workbook.
Okay.
Unit 10, Lesson A in the workbook. That is pages 74 and 75. Okay?
Okay. Yes, teacher.
All right, Titi, have a good
Yes.
night.
Thank you, teacher. See you tomorrow.
See you.